Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. If you're watching the replay, fast forward 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna let some people get in here. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Some of y'all may remember her. We're going to do a short clip of her, and then we're going to look at the long version. And once we get to the part we've seen already, we'll just fast forward that part. But let me do my e-begging real quick. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. At any point, if my mic go mute, screen go blank, anything weird like that, let me know ASAP in the chat. And I'm looking for a live stream sponsor, starting at $5. That gets you the king of the stream, unless somebody donates more and dethrone you. You know, if we make $15 the first hour, it guarantees a 2-hour live stream. If we make $25 the whole stream, it guarantees a bonus stream this week, sometime this week. This live right now is brought to you by James and Jorn, because they donated last time and guaranteed a bonus stream. So the way to donate: Cash App, Streamlabs, PayPal, all in the chat. Cash App pinned to the top. Streamlabs and Cash App is the preferred method, because YouTube take 30% off the super chats or super stickers. But if that's most convenient, hit up the super chat and super stickers. Crypto addresses to send crypto donations in the description. Let's get started. It ain't much else to say.
Your woman who's designed for you wants to pour into you in the places you need pouring into, because God has already ordained. I know the plans I had for you, plans to prosper you, plans to give you a good life. He said, before I formed you in the belly. So whoever she is that's for you, she is waiting for you to say,
I'm coming, babe.
He's coming, baby.
I need to
but
find
she's
you first.
waiting for you to say, was you at dinner with some men? For her to reassure, because she's built to do that for you. Just like my husband is built to do the things that a regular man may think is needy. No, it's not needy, baby. You don't have the bandwidth or the capacity. You see, I'm a gallon.
Oh, here we come with the the ego and the narcissism. I'm a gallon. You don't got the jug for me to fill up. All this dumb shit, all these stupid analogies. Yeah, let's get started with the nonsense. But I just wanted to make this very clear. She doesn't have a husband. So when she speaks about a husband, she's speaking about a hypothetical husband. She's trying to speak him into existence when she talk about, a husband. Just want to be very, very clear about that. But before I press play again, can y'all let me know if that volume was low on that audio where she was talking? Let me know ASAP if that volume was low. Somebody hop in the chat and let me know how the video we're going over volume is. I think my volume is good, but let me know how the video volume is. And everybody hit the like button.
And you're a pint.
Good.
So what happens with gallons and pints is, it's not that I'm too much. It's that when you pour everything you have into me, your capacity isn't there.
That doesn't even make sense. Wait, I thought she was going to do it the other way. I thought she was going to say, I'm a gallon and you're a pint. So when I pour into you, you can't handle it. That would have made more sense. But she's saying, when you pour into me, you don't have the capacity. Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Am I missing something, y'all? See, this is when you try to get too deep and it goes wrong. When trying to be deep goes wrong, y'all.
So I still have all of this that I have to either self-soothe or overcompensate with. And if I pour all of what I have into you, system overload. So it's not that I'm too much, it's you can't handle. Let's not gaslight.
No, it's not gaslighting. Look, you are too much. Just from that little segment right there. Even from just 1 minute and 7 seconds in, you're too much for any decent man. Nobody want to hear any of this Life is complicated and convoluted enough. We don't need to come home and hear this. No man needs to come home and hear this. I could probably handle walking on a bed of flames, but that don't mean I'm going to do it. That don't mean I want to do it. That don't mean I'm not going to try to avoid doing it at all costs. It don't matter if I can handle it or not. That's completely irrelevant. I don't want to handle you. A man don't want to have to come home and handle a woman. A man want to come home and be at peace with a woman. See the difference? If everybody keep telling you you too much, it's because you too much. It's not everybody trying to gaslight you. Oh, and let me show you something real quick too. We stopped at 108, 108, 108. Look at them damn claws. Those aren't even long nails. It's one thing to have ghetto long nails, you know, not preferable, but okay, fine. But it's another thing when they're sharp on the tip. She's trying to let you know she's a demon. She's on demon time because she has claws like a demon. Oh, boy.
Too much is you can't handle. Let's not gaslight.
So that's what you're going to do?
You're not too much. You're not too much. Hold on. You're a gallon.
I mean, all day. All day. I'm just.
Give me that water. Give me that water.
I know the brothers are like,
hold on.
What?
See, that was kind of bossy. See, you just got to pay attention to the small things. Okay, she just said he a gallon. That's how you talk to a man who a gallon? We know how you talk to a man who a pint. You showed us the physical example of how you treat a man and talk to a man, you know, who's a pint. But you just admitted yourself that this man that you're talking to right now is a gallon, and you talk, give me that water. Nigga, give me that water. With that aggressiveness. There's nothing feminine, nurturing, nice, sweet, demure. Give me that gallon. Give me that water, motherfucker. Give me that water. She didn't say motherfucker, but you know what I mean. It's an aggressive tone, you know? Man.
Does this look more equal? Where's the camera see this?
Yeah.
Does this look more equally yoked?
Right up here. Yeah, that looks more equally yoked. Yeah.
Or does this look equally yoked? You tell me what it is.
Here's the problem. She's in the industry. She's around, you know, high-earning men. She's around sophisticated men. She's around all type of men. She's around, look, she around a dude who a gallon right now. So, quote-unquote, a man who's equally yoked to her. She just basically said he was. And she's around men like this all the time. Why haven't any of those men picked you? I'm sure you've dated, went on dates with guys like that. Why didn't it work out with those guys? That's what she's not going to dive into. There is no good reason for a woman to be in her 40s and single. Unless her husband passed. And this woman's husband didn't pass. She's broken up she's called off multiple engagements and weddings. These 40-year-old women are the one, these 40-plus-year-old women are the one gaslighting the world into thinking I'm single because I'm so great and men are so terrible. That's why I'm single. And it just don't add up. Because we have examples of women who say, oh yeah, my husband's great. He's wonderful. Best thing that ever happened to me. You know? So you can't gaslight us into thinking the reason you're single is because most men are so terrible.
Yeah. I'll take that.
So guess what? Before I take that, I'll wait. Because I'll get that and end up a divorcee anyways. Or I'll get that, it'll be seasonal anyways. Because that can't sustain me. So why are we wasting our time on the pint when we can just go on and wait on the gallon?
Well, it ain't about waiting. You've already come in contact with these men. Look, so you telling me she's like 45 at least. Or I'm somewhere in the ballpark. She in her 40s. I mean, you can just look at her face and tell she in her 40s. Look, you telling me, you want us to believe that you've been dating for 30 years and you haven't met a suitable man in 30 years? Stop it. Nobody believes you. You said in one of your other interviews that you were with good men, but you weren't ready or you weren't healed yet. You admitted to being with good men. I think you even said some of the marriages you called off were with good men. So stop the cap with this whole I'm waiting on him. You've met him 26 times by now at least. You're the problem. There's not one example, unless if a woman's husband passed, where a woman is 40 plus and single and it's not her. She's the problem in that case, period. Decent women pick decent men and sustain those decent relationships. That's how you know a woman is a good woman in a relationship, because she can keep one for years and years and years. And it's not about just keeping one. Good women pick good men. That's one of the number one signs that a woman is a good woman pertaining to relationships. She's attracted to good men. If you're not attracted to good men, by definition, you're not a good woman. Fucking period. The last thing a good person want to do is have something to do with somebody who's clearly not a good person. I promise you that. You know what I mean? The last thing a Christian want to do is hang out with people who are living demonic lifestyles. Like somebody who's really dedicated to being a Christian and living a Christ-like lifestyle. The last thing they want to do is hang out with somebody who drinks, smoke, and sell drugs and cuss every other word. That's the last thing they want to do. Like, would that make sense? If somebody say, I'm dedicated to Christianity, but they always hanging out at the strip club and in crack houses and shit, would you believe them if they said they dedicated to Christianity? Of course not.
But the pint looked good though. It got color in it.
Look at it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The presentation is good.
But the pint gonna tell you you're narcissistic because you too much for her. Huh? I'm not finished. Hold on. But the pint going to lunch or dinner with they male friends. Oh. And hold on. And that's all that you told me the pint had. But the gallon, it quenches my thirst. It fills me up. There's a lot of substance. Hold on, not only that, but this gallon looks real clear, called clarity.
Real clear.
Called clarity.
That's.
Oh my gosh, she really thinks she eating. It's just a bunch of words. She ain't really saying nothing. Ma'am, he would have found you by now. If a good man was for you, he would have found you before 45. It's that simple.
That pureness.
So let me sip some of it.
This is a clown right here, y'all. A clown.
Yo, I love it. I want to go here. We need like, I think we need her on here like every month. We just talk about it. We may have to just call you on the road and do this virtually.
The way you take care of me,
listen.
you can call me 3 times a month. Look, I'm at the airport with my bag already. He calling.
She flirting? She flirting. He don't want you, ma'am. He don't want you. He could do a whole lot better. Because I think they both single. But look, Neo, let me know how the audio is for the video. Like, not my audio, but her. Is it low? Let me know, Neo.
We take care of our people.
You do. You really do.
So when we look at Dr. Bryant, and I asked you this last night, all right, so it's about to get real. Me, you, and Lola, I said, Lola, can Dr. Bryant date a man where we see you publicly with, I mean, ballers? Not dating, because we never seen that, but we see you with, just, I'm not going to name names.
But ballers, A-list celebrities,
exactly.
yes.
Yeah, so we see them.
Right, and those people know people. She's in those worlds of people with money. Not to say that they have character, but some of them have character. Like, good people attract good people. She's been in circles where she could have had a relationship. You know what I mean?
Automatically, some men will look at you and say she's too much.
Yes.
She requires too much.
Mm-hmm.
I know. You put it back down. I got you. Put it back down. I got you. And I understand. I understand a bit. Mm-hmm. I really do. But it's like when it comes to you, beautiful, successful, got money, right? You told me last night you definitely are a net worth millionaire. So that's
okay. She's a millionaire. Yeah, a woman being a millionaire and single, it's crazy. Being a millionaire hurts a woman's dating life. It don't really help it unless you're willing to step a man up. But even that isn't really going to attract a decent dude unless he's just a bum looking for, a woman to upgrade his life. But if he actually a decent dude, her just having money ain't going to be enough to make him want to stay with her. So, Neo, let me get clarity. Is it low? Is it too low? Or is it fine? So either say too low or fine in the chat, Neo.
That's cool, great. While you're dating in this season of your life, are you coming across men, which I hate this term, the world would say insecure, but just men who just can't handle the woman God has made you today? And if so, how does that make you feel? What's going on, family? Hey, this show is sponsored by my friends at BetterHelp. This is Anthony O'Neill here with a quick question. What are your self-care non-negotiables? Those things you never skip, no matter how passionate your health and make.
Well, look, let's be clear. The whole can't handle, it's a myth. The whole intimidated or can't handle is a complete myth. It's bullshit. It's always been bullshit. We just don't like you. It's that simple. It's not a matter of handle. Men don't want to handle a woman. Wild animals are handled. You know, criminals are handled. Don't nobody want to come home and have to handle a woman. Like, make it make sense. It's cope. It's just a coping mechanism for you to feel better about the fact that who you are, men don't like, and you're only getting older. Your options are dwindling. You don't have a likable personality. Anytime somebody say, Keisha's too much, nobody be like, oh, I can't wait to meet Keisha, because people say she's too much. Can't wait to meet her. No, nobody says that. It's not a flex as a woman to be deemed too much.
Time for you. You deserve it.
The question I love best is, how does it make you feel? But I'll go in
Facts.
order. I'll go in order.
Yeah.
In
Facts.
order. I'll go in order.
Yeah. Help and make time.
All right, you said it's a little low. Let's see if I can fix it, y'all. All right, I just turned it up. Neo, let me know what it sounds like now that I turned it up.
Time for you. You deserve it.
The question I love best is, how does it make you feel? But I'll go in
Facts.
order. I'll go in order.
Yeah.
Yes, I run into both men who are insecure, intimidated,
Okay.
and then men who are very confident, but just don't have the bandwidth.
And the bandwidth goes back.
Well, that's the same thing. Okay, some people are intimidated, but then other guys are confident, but don't have the bandwidth. So you basically saying even the dudes who are confident and can handle you choose not to handle you. You just told on yourself. The insecure dude can't handle it because you too much. But the secure dude can't handle it either. So what did that tell you?
Back to the gallon situation.
Right. So usually the pint-sized person,
Yep.
they're the more confident person.
Yep.
And their
What?
perspective, they have nothing to lose. All in. I'm only a pint. I'm all in. Okay? The gallon-sized folks, us, you know, we are gallons because we assess for risk,
Yes.
because we make good decisions.
Exactly.
We're usually high value and high functioning.
Yeah.
So that's how we became the big dogs.
Right.
Huge red flag. Anytime a woman refer to herself as a big dog, because I hear black women nowadays say, I'm a big Leo, big this and big that. She's extremely masculine and not worth dating, period. You know, she wants to be in power. She wants to be in positions of authority. And that doesn't work with a masculine man. And it never will. Masculine women attract feminine men. It's never going to change. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dr. Bryant. I ain't even going, no, we ain't playing the doctor game. This is a dingbat. I don't respect her DR.
Which everything I just named is transactional, not relational.
Yeah.
So the big dogs are usually coming in transactional without the relational piece,
Yeah.
which means they oftentimes can lack the substance and what's needed to fuse
So they
with
come in
me.
there.
Okay, so the big dogs lack what it takes to fuse with you. Well, do you lack what it takes to fuse with them? Because you a big dog too. Y'all two big dogs. So you the perfect big dog. Okay, I got it.
I could buy you this, I could do this, but there's nothing connecting internally.
A lot of times there's no emotional, relational connection.
Yeah.
Relational is a heart space, and transactional is the mind space. Business is for transaction.
Right.
Love is relational. Right? And love could be anything. Friends, father, son, we're just talking about love, right? Relationships. And so that's usually the dynamic of it. And then how it makes me feel is sometimes I am a bit frustrated because I'm going, dang, he can foreplay me out the bedroom,
Right.
but he doesn't have the ability to be relational, right? Or, gosh, he's relational, and I love it here, and it's safe, and the conversation's here, but he doesn't have the ability to sustain a quality of life, a household, the husband, the father thing.
But you got big money. You a millionaire. So it shouldn't matter. If you you got to prioritize something. Nobody's perfect. So you looking for Mr. Perfect. You looking for the Mr. Rich man who's Mr. Perfect relationally, who's healed and emotionally available and emotionally intelligent. This man doesn't exist. This perfect man that these women be talking about doesn't exist. You got to pick one. Pick a struggle, bitch. Ain't no perfect man. So you get a dude who's perfect relationally or really great relationally, but he don't got the bag like you do. Well, hey, it is what it is. You pay the bills and you get your needs met in other areas.
That takes an hybrid of transactional and relational.
Yeah.
You got to go to work and get it for us, Anthony, transactional. You got to come home, be relational. Can you commingle the both when needed? And so it can get a bit frustrating.
Think about how crazy it is. Let's just say I'm worth 10 million. Or let me put it like this. Let's just say let's say I make 5 million a year. And she make 2.5 million a year. Imagine me getting with her and saying, I got all the bills, baby. You hold on to your 2.5 million a year. Imagine that. Do that even make sense? You're a selfish piece of as a person at that point. Like, in my opinion. If you cool with keeping all your money to yourself and letting the partner spend all their money on the relationship and investments for our future and all that, and you just keep all your money. That's not the mind state of somebody who's going to be in a successful, lifelong relationship.
In the dating season, like if I'm dating you and things are going well, and then come to find out you become completely clueless on how to navigate us, right? And then I come in as a woman and try to help you navigate us, but I'm also a woman that doesn't want to step on your toes as a man. So I want to give you the space to figure it out. But then in the space of figuring it out, if they're not moving at the pace you were moving with this young lady, for me, they're moving too slow. I was just...
This woman can never fully submit. See, when a woman fully submits, she's not nitpicking how you lead. She's following your lead. She's not constantly like monitoring to see if you're leading the way she think you should lead. That's not submission. You ain't moving at my pace, and you clueless, and you ain't navigating the way I think you should navigate. Well, you're not being submissive then. The fact that you even saying all this. If I'm not man enough to lead you, or you don't like how I'm leading, leave, bitch. Just leave.
Dating a guy, and I told him, good day, you move too slow. And he was just like, whoa. We were hanging, and this was all going really, really perfect. What's going on? What's happening? You moving too slow. I'm a woman who wants to be dated, and, meaning going on dates, not saying a relationship immediately, and who wants to have engagement and availability. If that's not what you can do, is one or two things going on. You got somebody you're doing that with, or you're completely fucking clueless and don't know how.
No, it ain't that second one. See, here's the thing, too, with these boss babes. I mean, if you busy and going around the country all the time, and he busy going around the country all the time, like, when do y'all link up? It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Like, men who doing it big, like her millionaires and stuff, they just need a woman who content with, look, I'm going to sit you in this mansion. I'm going to see you, I might see you 10 times a year. Enjoy this mansion. Enjoy this credit card, this unlimited credit card, and just live your life. But then again, when you think about it, it's like, well, why would he even have a woman? Why would he even, it's difficult, man, for these celebrities and stuff. From my perspective, if I was a celebrity going around the country all the time and never home, it wouldn't really be any point to me having a girlfriend or a wife at home because I'm gone all the time. I can't be there for you emotionally, physically, in any way. So it doesn't even make sense for dudes who moving around that much to have a girlfriend or a wife. It just doesn't. See, so I'm going to use Monique for an example. Her husband is her, I think, manager or something, and he made less than her or whatever, but she love him and great. But that will work because the husband is leading her career and he's flying everywhere she's flying. See, women like this have to get a lesser man for it to work. But a man who out doing his own thing, he gonna fall into some other puss. He can't be there for her. It just ain't gonna work out. See, a boss man could just get a 23-year-old to fly around with him. You go where I go, baby. You know what I mean? Just go everywhere I go. And then when he want to break from her, hey, go ahead to this 5-star hotel, and here go the credit card, and you have you some fun. I'm about to go handle some business, for a week. You keep that pussy to yourself, and then I'll come pick you back up, and we can go travel some more. Something like that. That's what bosses need, who running around like that. And as a boss woman, you need you a dude who, get you a dude that work at McDonald's and let him be your road manager, whatever the hell you want to call it. And you move around with your husband. But she ain't going to do that because she can't respect that. So she's going to be single for the rest of her fucking life. Still walking around trying to speak arrogant and try to use these stupid analogies and stuff to justify why don't nobody want to be with her ass. Nobody who she respects wants to be with her ass.
Either way, guess what? I don't want it. Anthony, either way, it's not conducive for me.
What if he is clueless because he's never saw it or been educated about it? Are you willing to teach him that?
Yes, but he'd have to go into that space I talked about. That's called vulnerability and emotional intelligence that says, I hear you. Don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Even if he said like that, I hear you. I don't know what you're talking about.
The reason why...
Then I would have went into, okay, baby, this is what it is. See, I'm okay with guiding when you tell me you want it. I'm never going to step on a man's feet.
Yeah, she's going to step on a man's feet all the time. You could tell by her whole energy, her demeanor. We don't believe you, ma'am. And by the time, look, never get vulnerable, especially with a woman like this. Especially with a woman like this. She's claiming, I'm going to educate him. I'm going to heal him and do all that. No, she's going to disrespect you more when you get vulnerable. Why your weak ass? You supposed to lead. Why you ain't lead, motherfucker? Yeah, all these big words and stuff going to go out the window. That hood going to come back out of her. I don't want no hood doctor, nothing. I don't want no hood psychologist. I don't want no hood brain surgeon. I don't want a hood doctor, anything. I just want to say that.
In an alpha sense that says, I know it. That's a turnoff for me. Meaning as a woman, I would turn myself off if I stepped on his toes and was like, let me tell you how, that's that alpha you were saying to me that is too much of a masculine energy. Now, if you throw me a lob and say, baby, I don't know how. Then you're giving me permission. Then I'll say, well, this is what it looks like, baby. This is what it looks like. And this is what momentum looks like for me. And if he says, I got you, then guess what? We go in there.
Look, men of power and authority and means and all that, they don't want their woman running around doing interviews with other single men who are also rich and all that. No. Powerful men are territorial. They don't want their woman in this man face and that man face and at this event, at that party, at Diddy parties. And no. Nothing about who you are, ma'am, is compatible with the type of men I know you want. Fucking period. And you ain't gonna change at this point. You fully cooked and you get into a bag. You're not gonna be able to make the proper changes to get on that type of man's program. You know? Don't nobody want to hear all this word salad when they get back home from vacation or a business trip or anything. Man.
Would your wife be going out with her guy friend at night? Hold on, is she gonna leave the house fully dressed, looking good, saying, baby, I'm about to go have dinner with my...
Uh-oh.
And you tell me, I'm gonna ask you, would your wife be going out with her guy friend at night? Hold on, is she gonna leave the house fully dressed, looking good, saying, baby, I'm about to go have dinner with my guy friend, and y'all are married 5 years in?
How do I say this respectfully? It won't even be a thought. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't even be a thought for me to even say, babe, I'm about to go out with such and such. That's not even a thought for me when I'm dating.
Come on.
To go out and to do that. Because what really blew us up was she said that she was going out with her lady friends for dinner. Call her. She says, I'm out.
You called or you FaceTime?
I called her. I ain't FaceTime her.
Okay.
I called her and I said, I was talking. She said, yeah, we're waiting on our car. Well, I heard like two guys right next to her. Some of my car's on the way. Hey, babe, the car be right there. I ain't say nothing because I'm not a confrontational type. But I do have a conversation. So when we get home, she gets home. She calls me and says, hey, I made it home safe. I was like, hey, babe, did you go out with your male friends? She was like, she got quiet. She said, no. I said, oh, okay. And that's all I said.
Okay.
But she thought that I was accusing her of lying. And I literally just said, hey, listen, I was just concerned because one, I hurt men and I didn't know what was going on, but you gave me your answer, so we good. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But she blew that up and called me narcissist, controlling. I don't trust her.
Well, okay, let me touch on this real quick. I mean, he just said he heard men. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm usually on the guy's side, but if some people are out, you might hear some men around. It might have been some men around. So I don't know. He may have been insecure in this case. This may be one case where the woman might have been right, and he may have been insecure. But yeah, that whole going out with the girls, I don't know, man. Like when you're really locked in with a woman, you know the girls, you know like how they move. It's a little different. Like you've been married for 15 years, you already know all their friends, you know what type of time they own. I think trust is important, but I'll say this. Once you really locked in with somebody or you married or something, it ain't too much hanging out with the girls like that to me. To me, like once you get married, you evolve into having married friends. Like to me, a married woman shouldn't really be kicking it too much with single women, period. That's just my thought. Because married women and single women don't really do the same thing and move in the same way usually when they go out and about.
I said, you know what, then? That's fine. Since I'm a narcissist, since I'm controlling, and since I don't trust you, let's just end the relationship.
So, and this is a very unpopular opinion, what I'm about to say, and I'm okay with that, and I don't care.
Okay.
Because it's also why the divorce rate is high, and it's also why people can't even get in relationships, let alone sustain relationships, because of what you just said.
Well, no, look, you can't talk about why somebody can't get married and can't sustain a relationship, because you called off multiple marriages, and you can't sustain a relationship, and you can't keep a man. So, off top, anybody hearing you say that should just turn their ears off to anything you about to say after that.
Now, as soon as you let her know, if okay, let's just say this woman wanted to be with you and she was open to, you want a family, you want to be married, and she said, I want this too. As soon as you gave her the hint that you thought or felt there was a man, or you thought or felt something was going on, the point is you were seeking some clarity. As soon as she felt that, unpopular opinions coming right now.
Okay.
But it's a fact, and people can run the way they want, but they should run this play, and more relationships will be healthy. At that moment, it was her responsibility, if she's choosing you. Now, if she's not, she ain't got to do nothing. But if I'm choosing you, it's my responsibility to say, okay, baby needs clarity. I'm feeling it. I'm picking up what he's putting down. So next time I go to dinner, even if before you call me, but just say you called regular, I'm hitting FaceTime. Hey, babe, I'm sitting here waiting for my car, and and I'm having this conversation, and then when I get in my car, I'm going to say, okay, well, I'm going to call you when I get to the house, or, hold on, Anthony, stick with me, or I can't talk and drive. I'll put my phone down here while I drive, but I'm not going to be having it up because I got to drive. So either I call you at the house or you want to stick with me while I drive. What are we doing?
Now, hey, I agree. Probably going to be one of the only things I agree with during this whole journey, we'll call it. When a woman into you, it ain't none of that gray area stuff. She want to assure you, like, ain't nobody here. I want to make sure you know ain't nobody here. But here's the thing. when a woman like you don't even gotta ask. Like, if you even hint, like, oh, was them some guys back there? Not that you tripping about it, but you was just like, oh, is this some dudes? I heard some dudes. Even if you say it in a jokey way, just so she don't get alarmed, like you being toxic. But, oh, well, you got some dudes in the back? You know, she'll want to assure you. She'll FaceTime you. Oh, no, ain't no dudes in the back. Like, she want to call you when she get home. She want to FaceTime so you can see what's up with her. But the point that I'm trying to make is, if a woman's really into you, she's going to do everything to keep everything hunky-dory with you too. She don't want you to be mad at her. She don't want you to be suspicious of her. So she's going to do everything in her power to make sure your mind is at ease, just like she just said. That's how you know when a woman is really into you. The last thing a woman wants when she's really into a man is for that man to be mad at her, you know, or be questioning if he should fuck with her or not. That's the last thing she wants. She'll do anything to make sure you're not feeling like that. Period. And
then you can either say, baby, go ahead and drive safe, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I like to listen to my music in the car. Or, okay, well, screw it, I'll roll with you now. Say I do that a few times and you're seeing, hey, you know, she's really going out of her way to make sure she reassures me.
Oh my God.
Because we're dating means we don't know each other.
Facts.
So you're trying to find out and gain knowledge of me to see if you can, am I trustworthy,
Facts.
right? And who am I, or what are my different patterns? So you learn the patterns and you can code them to trust or code them to mistrust.
Yeah.
Now, after I do it for maybe a month or weeks, I don't know the time frame, I'm just putting a number on there. Not that I would stop, but if that became our norm in our relationship, like, my baby always FaceTimes me when she's waiting for her car. Baby, my husband or my man at that time always drives home on the FaceTime with me until I get in the house and I say goodnight. Then maybe that's a norm that we naturally, organically curate that works for us.
Wow.
And we bring that into marriage. So now when I'm on a speaking tour or you're doing your thing, we have this thing that already works for us. Wow. And when that thing stops, if it ever stops working, we come back to the table, y'all like that? And we have a conversation that says, baby, listen, I don't really think you need to do that FaceTime thing no more, but maybe a text message. Or, I love the FaceTime thing, but let's switch up and now do it where we do this.
What's going on, family?
I mean, yeah. I mean, at some point, you should just trust your partner. If you still feel the need, you know, y'all 3-4 years in, you still feel the need for her to FaceTime you when she say she here or there, like, hopefully you wouldn't have to do that once that trust get built up. The dating phase, I could see, you know, maybe wondering about some things. But in the dating phase, I wouldn't even be tripping like that. If a woman ain't really down for you, you gonna notice. She gonna do some things to let you know she not really down for you. Or if she messing with other dudes or talking to other dudes when she said she wasn't, you gonna find out. You don't even got to trip about nothing. If you hear some dudes in the back, don't say nothing. Don't even have a conversation, you know, when she get back home. Just take that mental note. And if them tallies add up too much, just keep it moving. Like he did. He kept it moving. I'm proud of dude. He did the right thing. Because she was acting shady.
Hey, this show is sponsored by my friends at BetterHelp. HELP.com/AO. Take control of your mental health and make time for you. You deserve it.
The reason why I say that is I have and I won't say who they are because they're both A-list celebrities and they've been married for 20-something years.
Yeah.
They have a really happy, successful marriage. If I said their name, people would be like, oh, they do. They're just been married. They're good together. We love them as a couple. They're on your 20-something, kids are grown. They're grandparents. Do you know that when I travel with her for work or for pleasure, she still takes a picture of the airport while we're in customs and sends it to her husband? And you know what I do? I freaking honor her. I say, sis, this is what I do. I say, sis, don't forget to take that picture and send it to such and such. Because I'm an advocate for love, healthy love. I'm not in there hating going, you got to send him a picture every time.
Well, but let's be clear. Most women are going to say, not all, but most women are going to say, you got to send him a picture every time? Damn, he need to let you breathe. Well, that's what the single woman would say. Most married women would probably understand, but they going to, look, women going to hate no matter what. So I hear what she's saying. This sounds cute, but most women gonna find a way to throw their little shade in, throw their little slick comments in, and all that. But hey, if she really do this, I salute her for that. You know. But see, this is why I say single women and married women shouldn't hang out together like that, because it's a whole different mentality.
Baby, she got a husband who cares about her.
26 years.
Hold on. Run that photo, baby. and he loves seeing pictures of her when she's dressed, so we could be getting dressed in our hotel room. Yeah. And I say, sis, do you want me to take video or picture of you to send to such and such? Because, see, I'm not a woman because I'm single in my choosing stage.
Right.
You know, I've been engaged a couple times. I've called off weddings. I'm not a woman who's at a deficit because I'm single.
Yeah, you are, ma'am. You're at a deficit. And you talking this religious stuff. Look, God said your purpose on the planet is a man. You at a deficit. And you only getting older. And you see how she put herself in that position of power. I'm in my choosing stage. You're not in your choosing stage, ma'am, at 45. You could make some type of claim if you was 18 being in your choosing phase, or 23, even 25. At 45, you ain't in your choosing stage. You in your goodwill bend stage. You should be praying somebody choose you, even a halfway decent man. You don't choose top tier men. Top tier men do the choosing. I mean, if you were talking about getting a dude that work at Burger King or Lowe's or something, then you could say you in your choosing stage and you got the power because you got all this money and you about to lay the moves on some dude that work at Lowe's, this cute guy you saw that work at Lowe's, but we know that's not the case. You don't got no a roster of top tier men looking to marry you and you just in your choosing phase of figuring out which one you going to accept the proposal from. That's not the case. I get what you're doing, though, because you care about being the big dog.
Yeah.
I'm filled up.
Yeah.
And so I love seeing people who are in the healthy love winning.
Yes.
And I'm going to help you curate that because I want the same when I get mine.
You got it.
And when I get mine and you see, let's just say you for the sake of conversation, Anthony's calling and we on vacation, and we know Anthony don't play about me.
Right.
Because if I don't answer, he going to say there was a guy helping me get my car.
Did she just swing that back around? This is real.
This is real. This is how I would be thinking.
Yeah.
I'd want my girl or my team or my best friend to say, answer. Hold on, Aunt. She's in the bathroom getting dressed and bring the phone. Because listen,
this is good,
if
though.
you and I are in a relationship,
Facts.
And our plan is to get married, which is cleaving.
Yeah.
Listen, cleaving is this, babe. We locked in.
Yeah.
I need you solid.
Yeah.
And you need me solid.
Yes.
And we're human.
Yes.
And you can call it insecure if you want.
I was just about to go there.
But I call it mature. It's emotional intelligence to understand that I'm marrying a man, not a robot. And if my man has certain things that he wants to be reassured about, doesn't make him insecure, it makes him vulnerable. And if we want a vulnerable man, we have to cater, facilitate, and love and nurture the vulnerability, not emasculate, put down, and make him feel like he's wrong in those moments.
I'm pretty sure she emasculates men. But I don't know. Color me judgmental. But yeah, send them donations in, man. We got 8 more minutes and we're gonna be at the hour point. So if anybody listening want this to go 2 hours, hit the donations up. If not, I'm probably gonna end it after this video go off. And then we're gonna come back tonight at 8 p.m. Central Time. You dig?
Because let me tell you, I may not do it at your caliber because I'm not really a woman who will like call all the time or really ask too many questions because I don't like honesty. I like transparency. Let me explain the difference. Honesty is I ask you, hey babe, who were you at dinner with?
Yeah.
And you tell me the truth. That means you're being honest.
Yeah.
Transparency is, hey baby, I got dinner at 7 with James, Nathan, and his assistant Sarah's gonna be there.
And that's
And that's transparency. So now guess what? You were forthcoming.
Yep.
You told me what it was.
Yep.
And so now I trust it. Now I'm not calling unless I really want to text to say I love you. I would do something like that, or I miss you, or hope dinner's going good. But now you've set it out. I know what's going on.
If you got all the relationship answers, why can't you keep a man? Is anybody else wondering that? It seemed like she got all the relationship answers, but can't do the easiest thing in the world for a woman to do is to maintain a man. Because all she got to do is give blowjobs from time to time, cook a meal, and shut the fuck up. We don't need the complications from all these big words and shit. It's that simple for a woman. Once a woman start talking all these big words, it's because she's horrible in a relationship.
And then you add, and baby, I would love for you to come if you want to.
Facts.
And if you can't, I'm going to miss you, but I understand. And let me go a little further. My first fiance told me, and this is the best, I love this. He said, we're dating at the beginning, and he would ask me to go everywhere, keep asking me and asking me. And then one time he was going somewhere and he started getting dressed, and he's like, why aren't you getting dressed? And I said, well, babe, you didn't invite me, and I'm okay with that, so have fun. And he said, let me explain something to you, let me clear something up. Whenever I'm invited, you invited. So moving forward, please don't ever ask me, can you go? Which I've never asked, can I go? But I was respecting him to go have fun and do his thing. And if I'm getting dressed, then you rolling. Unless you tell me we ain't going, then we rolling. And for me, like for you, what you did for reassurance, that was a love language. Where I'm like, I'm just welcomed everywhere.
Yeah.
And I like that type of man. You don't box me.
Facts.
Wherever I want to go, I want to be able to go.
Wow.
Or you're not conducive for me. Now, I may not go everywhere, but I want to know that I'm welcomed and wanted. There's some men that will have their wife go everywhere because she wants to go, but that's not really what he wants. That's not the guy I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The man I'm talking about is, baby, I want you everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you can't go, we're mature enough to know that's okay as well.
Facts.
But you're welcome.
Yeah.
Because there's transparency here.
Yeah.
I myself, with you or without you, you're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely right. What you just said is completely opposite of what the majority of ladies will say. They will blame that man, and they will say he's an insecure little boy.
And men blame women and say she's insecure, she's immature because she wants access, she wants whereabouts, she wants transparency. No, we talking about marriage.
Yeah, see, look. Especially if we talking about a man in his 40s or 50s that's successful, making millions. They don't got to check in, and they ain't trying to check in. If they single right now at 45 and rich, they not signing up for some woman who he got to check in with, and he got to be transparent and give clearance and all this shit. He got the freedom and the peace right now. It would be a bad deal for him to sign up for you. And now you got to call. And, well, why didn't you tell me the assistant wasn't going to be there, or they was going to be there? Man, men don't want to deal with all that. They can get a younger, soft, sweet, submissive woman who's just going to shut the fuck up and play her role. He'll tell me what he think I need to know and leave it at that.
Here, baby.
Talk.
We're not talking about boyfriend and girlfriend.
Facts.
Age appropriate. We're not talking about we 16 and 17 living with our parents and, we just don't worry about much because we don't have insider wisdom. We're talking about people who have lived something called life.
Yes, ma'am.
And life gives you experience gives you wisdom.
Yeah.
And God says turn the cheek, but he also says don't be a fool.
Right.
Which means...
She just talked way too damn much. It's just that simple. I couldn't take this. I really couldn't take it.
That as two grown adults,
yes, ma'am.
And life gives you experience. And to me, it's an act of self-love when my spirit starts to turn in my little belly and it says, you should FaceTime or call Anthony right now. You should FaceTime or call, your man right now because something ain't right. And I go against that because I don't want you to think I'm insecure, but my source who's connected to my well-being because God is closer than our breath. So that means that's God telling me, baby.
She thinks she Malkina X or whatever the Malkana X, Martina X, or Martina Luther King. It's just too much, man. It's just too much. All right, I'm going to get off here, y'all. Be coming back at 8. Oh, what's good? Daytime stream. What up, Super? Yeah. Unless somebody send in a $15 donation in this next 60 seconds, I'm getting off. You can watch the playback. I'm going to leave it up. Yeah. We coming back at 8 p.m. Central Time. I don't know if I'm going to keep going over this dingbat or some other dingbats. But yeah, what up, Super? But yeah, catch me on the comeback, y'all. Catch me on the comeback, 8 p.m. Central tonight.